Before we start the episode, we would like to thank our sponsors, EPN Supplements. So EPN Supplements, they have high quality supplements for very affordable prices. Plus, if you check out their membership program, you can get even more affordable prices. We have details. For more details on that, you should check out our supplement video. And they have anything from whey protein, creatine, pre-workouts, name it, they have it. They have a lot of flavors. And because we have a partnership with them, you should use the code WS10 so you can get an extra 10% as well. Now guys, of course, you should always check out our Warrior Spirit store. We have high quality gear coming from, we have MMA gloves, boxing gloves made out of genuine cowhide leather, so they're very resistant and they will last you for years and years of training and sparring. And also you should check out our fitness section. We have very versatile gear for home training that you can do all your workouts with, and right now we have 40% off on any products. So guys, go get your gear, get your supplements. Now on with the show. Hey Warriors, AC here,
PB.
Welcome to a new episode of our podcast, The Warrior Talks. So this is a very special episode because we have two guests. So here we have Marian, also known as Wheelzfit. So he used to be a Paralympic swimmer for the Team Canada Junior. He also has an Instagram page where he does a lot of workouts, and he has around like 6K followers, right?
Yep.
It's a very big page. So he also does motivational speaking, and he's a real warrior. You will hear his story throughout this video, and he's also a very good friend of ours. Here we have Poda. So Poda, he's a very good cyclist, and he has very good endurance, and him as well, a real warrior, a friend. Guys, how you doing?
Pretty good, thank you, Eddie.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I'm happy you guys are here and we're doing this thing, you know. So let's start with you, Marian. Tell us about your journey and your condition, because it's a very cool journey, and
your story, like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, first things first. Many people don't really know what this problem is, so it's a very rare condition that makes my bones really fragile. So, you know, I break them pretty much like 2 times a year. Every year I break my legs, my back, my arms, you know, anything in my body pretty much. And it was pretty tough while I was growing up. I couldn't, you know, do soccer. I couldn't play soccer. I couldn't run. I couldn't, you know, play with my friends, play with everybody around me, and do what what every kid wishes to do. And even if it was hard, I kind of surpassed that, you know, that limitation that I had with my body, and now I'm here.
Do you still broke every year, or?
Yeah. Well, actually, this year I broke both of my legs. Yeah, both my femurs, and my arm. While actually doing a video for my page.
That was actually a video when you broke your leg, actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't really nice, you know. You were just walking, and then bam, you got your legs broken, just like that, you know. Just a reminder how easy for you is like to just.
Even the training that don't help to slow down the process of breaking or something.
Well, I took like a treatment for it since I was a kid. Since I was like 2 years old, I took like a treatment at every hospital that I went to. But, you know, my problem, my condition will never go out. Like okay. I'm never gonna be normal.
Of course, yeah. But okay, it doesn't like help a little bit.
It helps a little bit, you know, with the calcium in my bones, and with the strength of my bones, but still.
Yeah,
there's always that risk.
Of course. Okay.
Because one of the questions before we get into the exercise and stuff, I want to ask you about injuries and how you recover from them. Because me, as a guy who doesn't have your condition, I'm not as prone to injuries, and I want to hear something. I want to hear like tips from someone who has experienced that, and also how you recover from them and how you avoid them.
Yeah, well, me, you know, I have like a mentality. I have a philosophy for how I train and how I do stuff. And unfortunately, it doesn't go well with my body because my body can't take that much effort and that much, that much impact that I put on it. I always train to failure. I always train until I can't, lift even my body, like for a push-up, for example. And like I said, I got injured throughout my life, and how I got over it, it was it was tough like everyone else. But first things first, do the basics, try and recover, recover even the littlest strength that you have in that muscle left. You gotta do it. You do like the basics, like let's say leg raises, or I don't know if you broke your arm, just roll outs or anything that will help to to bring back that muscle mind connection and that little strength that you still have.
The mind connection is important for recovery.
Yeah, very important. So I got injured. What's now, like 4 months ago, with my broken arm. I broke it in two. It was like a pretty tough fracture, and in the beginning it was hard. I couldn't even lift a 5 kilogram dumbbell. It was very hard. But then I started slowly. Just lift a little bottle of water, a little cup. Small things, and then as I progressed, it got, my muscle got better. I focused more on that muscle mind connection, like I said and like you said, and this is how you recover from this.
How did you break it? Just is there a cause?
Like I said, I was doing a 90-degree push-up for my Instagram, and me coming from a double fracture on my legs. I didn't train for like 3 months. So I lost most of my strength that I gained throughout 2021, and it was too much pressure for my arm, and it just exploded. Pretty much, my arm just exploded, and in that moment, I told to myself, it's gonna be a long journey to recovery now.
Yeah, cause me too. Like I used to train to exhaustion, and of course it wasn't as bad as in your case, but I remember like feeling like the next day like very very sore. And recently, like around this summer, I remember doing it was actually the Greatest Warrior video part 2 that I did with PB when we did the grappling match, and with the boxing gloves. And I just after that fight, I remember having like back pains, and I don't know what I pulled something, and I was wondering, like, for you, what kind of I guess recovery do you do?
Yeah, well, first things first, I take two weeks off for sure. Whenever now I'm injured. I have like I think I have like a pulled muscle in my wrist because I did like an exercise too early, and I take 2 weeks off straight up. No workout that puts pressure on the area. For example, for me, I don't do any push-ups, any lifts that can increase the pain on the nerve or on the muscle. I just take it slow, put ice on it. If it was like a impact injury, or if it's just a muscle injury or nerve injury, I just put something like a hot compress or something, something hot that can just take out the that stiffness of the muscle,
the swelling.
Swelling as well. And after 2 weeks, slowly restart rebuilding. Just basic stuff, not many reps, like maybe 5 reps for the exercise that you were doing, just easy stuff. Then you work your way back up. That's pretty much how I do it.
Okay, yeah, well, that's a very good way. Clearly it works. And do you know who the knees over toes guy is? Ben Patrick?
No, actually no.
He's a guy that had problems with his knees. I don't remember what the problem was exactly. It wasn't like the same as you, but he had like big problems with his knees, and he was a basketball player. And when the problem came, he was basically like out of shape, and he couldn't play anymore. And then he took he had like a lot of treatments and stuff. And then when he started training again, he developed his own training method, and that's where it comes from the knees over toes. So you know how you do when you do lunges or squats,
Yeah.
they always tell you like don't bend the knees further than the toes. Well, he's doing the opposite. He
The
actually bends but after the toes.
But
Except
gradually, you know.
Yeah, of course he doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't go like all the way in. That's how you
Of course,
tend to
yeah.
injure. But you know he does that, and now he's not that tall. Well, for basketball players, like I think he's 6 feet, 5'11", and he dunks like very
But
well.
the most impressive is his knees. Like, he cannot get injured. So strong knees
Yeah.
because he does the opposite. The doctor says don't put your knees over the toes because it takes pressure,
Yeah, on the joints and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
and it's true, because this can make injury. But by avoiding that, your your knee become weak
Mm.
and more prone to injuries. So he reversed the mentality and say, why not being comfortable with my knees over the toes gradually and after, because when you play basketball, of course your knees gonna be over the toes somehow, like when you dribble,
Yeah.
and he will be used to. So his body will be used to, and that's how he basically logic.
That's what I think as well. It's instead of following like everybody and just following, let's say, one workout routine. Let's say push legs, push pull leg split. Try and switch it up. Try and find what works best for you. What works best for your condition, because no one is equal. Pretty
It's
much.
like
No one is the same.
Yeah, no one is the
Like
same.
diet
Yeah.
a bit.
Exactly, but yeah.
Well, clearly, no one is built in the same way. Just like you are the perfect example for that.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, but just to finish with the knees over toes guy, where I was going with that is that you said earlier that you usually train through the pain, and I think that's what helps you build even more strength, and that helps you be more resistant to injury, I guess. So
Of course, because progress will never come from from, let's say, like from a comfort zone. Progress will never come from a comfort zone. From, like, let's say you do 10 push-ups every day for like 1 year. You'll never see progress that way. You every day you have to push yourself a little bit more than you did yesterday. That's how you progress. That's how you become better. That's how you improve, pretty much. But people don't think that way. People only want to feel comfortable, or people don't really like to chase, to push that pain. They don't like to chase that best version of themselves. And not everybody can. Let's say, even bodybuilders, not everybody can become a bodybuilder. You need like mental strength, you need condition, you need consistency, hard work, you need many things that are not just physical, mental as well. That's why
But I feel like comfort zone sometime it could be good, because too much pushing,
of course,
more injury can.
yeah, of course,
Because this is I've been also, well, not like you, but I've been injured, and it's always because I push myself too hard, and sometimes my body like to do comfort zone things, and it's like, if you are gentle to your body will respond. I believe you should push yourself, but not
sometimes
too
you should deload.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You need to be wise. You need to know when to deload and when to push yourself.
Listen to your body.
Yeah,
That's what I can say. Like, that's how I do it every day, because I can't compare myself to, let's say, you guys, because I got my own type of body. I have my own experiences, my own injuries, and how I went through them. And now, the more I go through stuff, the more I learn from them, and the more I think about how I'm gonna not gonna do them in the future, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
I'll say maybe it's not just pushing yourself just harder, maybe just doing something else, a different type of exercise, maybe that would help as well,
of course.
not doing always the same thing,
Yeah.
just doing something different that's working something else.
Yeah, that's something we discussed on the last podcast, and it's but what I want to say that's very important, like you say, because not only for progression, like physical, but also for motivation, because when you do always the same thing, it becomes like too much like a routine and you get bored. So variation is important, and like you said, it's cool that you don't do the same thing as us, because there's variety. If everybody was doing the same, it would be kind of bland, kind of boring.
Yeah, where are we working now? We have to make it fun.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
Exactly.
And another thing that I wanna ask you is for bone density. Since you are pretty familiar with that, do you have do you take like supplements, or do you have like a specific diet for increasing the bone density?
Not a specific diet. Like people ask me in my comments or in private messages, they ask me, what's your diet? Do you do something special to help your bones or things like that? But not really. Yeah, I take vitamins, vitamin D, C, and all that stuff. And I try for every meal, I try to eat something with calcium, like for breakfast, like a cup of milk, or for dinner, like some cheese or something. I try to implement as much calcium in my food as I can, because since I'm I really miss it in my bones, I'm trying to compensate somehow throughout my day.
And since, like you said, you are pretty much in a deficit of calcium, is there like some sort of food that has more calcium, or is there like a calcium like supplement or something?
I think there are calcium supplements, or even maybe like some treatments, like some I'm not sure if we can call it a surgery, but like treatments with like a pin or something like that. But I never took them, and I don't think I'll take them. I try to keep it natural.
Yeah.
So natural. I like to to
simple.
Simple, and follow my journey and do what I know that I have to do. And
by the way, we're the same.
Yeah.
And I started like I take supplements, but not like some crazy stuff, like whey protein and basic stuff.
Basic,
but we're the same, on that. And Poda, I'm sure he's on the same.
Yeah, of course.
keep it simple.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Basics.
Why make it complicated? And also, that's another thing for your condition. Do you more and more I see people talking more about sleep, how sleep can help with many things, So is that like something that could help you, or do you sleep a lot of hours?
Well, for me, unfortunately, I have like some sleep issues. If I don't have my 8 hours of sleep per night, I'm gonna feel grumpy next day. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna feel very very talkative or very fun. But I think if you don't have more than at least 7 hours of sleep, you're doing something wrong. Like your life will never improve or progress. Or if you're doing, let's say, weight training and you want to see the results, well, you can train as hard as you want in a gym or whatever, calisthenics and whatever, anything else. But if you don't sleep well, if you don't eat well, if you don't take vitamins, or if you don't take your supplements that you have to take, you'll never see that step of that progress, that that oomph that will bring you to the next level.
It's part of the discipline, sleep.
Exactly, it's the discipline. If you're not disciplined, well, you won't go far.
Yeah. Because of course there's in the gym, but it doesn't stop with the gym. It's my cat is down there. For people wondering what's going on.
He's trying to attack me. It's fine.
Yeah. But so for there's like the work at the gym or home, whatever, and then there's like out of the gym. So if you like eat McDonald's or whatever after your workouts, you're not really moving forward. And also that's the thing that I think people kind of neglect is the sleep. Because a lot of people, like, they tend, I don't know about you, but me, recently, I tend to sleep late, like after 10, sometimes even after midnight. And I feel like
if you have, for example, 8 hours of sleep, but you have from let's say like 1 o'clock to 9 o'clock instead of 10 to
8 a.m. or 7.
Yeah, 10 to 7, and I feel that it won't be as
Yes,
you
don't
won't
feel
recover as well.
Exactly.
It won't be as a constructive sleep. And another thing that I heard, because I looked a bit into it, is there's cycles of sleeping, and I don't know if you guys noticed that for yourselves, but I did for me. Sometimes, like when I sleep, let's say like 8 hours or whatever, and I wake up at certain point, there's some points that I don't feel as awake as others, even if it's the same amount of sleep and even if it's the same hours.
Yes.
Yeah, it's maybe the quality of sleep that depends here, you know.
Yeah, and I think like there has to be something with the cycles, because maybe like when you wake up, maybe you were not in the right cycle, and when you wake up in that cycle,
Yes. I noticed that. That's why I don't put an alarm clock
Don't put
anymore.
alarm clock?
No,
Wow.
my body know intuitively when to wake
I
up.
want to wake up. Yeah,
That's
same here.
Same? Okay.
Same here, but I have to put the alarm clock. You know,
Just in
when I go to
case.
School.
But you just in case, right?
For me, it doesn't work.
But you don't want to wake up by the alarm clock, so your body wake you up before, and that you can remove the alarm clock.
It's always weird, you know, because for example, I have to wake up at 6:45 in the morning because I got classes at 8. So whenever I sleep, you know, I sleep like more than 8 hours. I wake up like 5 minutes before my clock, my alarm, and it's always like that, always. And
then you go back to sleep after that, you know.
You know, if I can, you know, I would stay like 15 more minutes to sleep. You know.
Yeah, you hit that snooze button.
exactly.
I also notice I wake up often in the night, like sometimes I check the hours, it's like 3 o'clock, something like that. I often wake up at that time.
Super well, right?
Super well.
Me too.
But it's like, but I need to sleep,
Okay, yeah.
so I should sleep. But and then when I sleep and I wake up in the morning, I feel like
Weird.
It's a
I
delay.
know.
Yeah.
I got that like yesterday, and well, I mean, there was also like the cat annoying me. They were like, because I left my door open, so the cat came in my room and just like jump on my legs, and it woke up. But I remember like one time I just like woke up, like super well. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, oh, I gotta go back to sleep. But I wasn't. I was like fully awake. That was weird, like you said.
Yeah. So what I do now, I use this opportunity to do something. So
Wow.
I'm awake, so why not
Let's go.
study? And it's weird, but I actually study at 3 o'clock or doing something else. And when I feel tired, I just go to bed. Just why I should sleep if I'm not
If you're not
sleepy? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I think like more and more like the science of sleep, I guess, let's call it like that. It's more and more like people figure out like what works and how it works and stuff. So stuff like what you said, you know, you wake up like at 3:45 out on your own. Back in the day, we would be like, man, what are you doing? Go back to sleep, man. You gotta have your 8 hours, you know.
Yeah.
But now, you know, it's like,
It's
I'm
very
wide awake.
different because if you sleep well, you don't necessarily also need that much hour. If you sleep don't well, no, it's depend of the days also.
Yeah.
If you work hard, you need more sleep. If you work less, all this stuff. So yeah, so it's
There are a lot of
different.
factors for
Yeah.
sure, and I think one of them, for me at least, and I think it's for everybody. Do you watch your phone before going to bed?
Of course, yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
We're all
Guilty of it. So
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm
That's
one
a
of
route
those
to before
guys.
bedtime, you know.
Yeah, and do you, when you wake up, do you watch your phone when you wake up, or?
Yeah, pretty much. My alarm is on my phone, so I take this opportunity to watch
Yeah,
my phone as well.
That's a bait right there. Have an alarm clock. I used to do what you do, but I remember like I took my phone, stopped the alarm, and then I saw like the notification stuff. So back it on Instagram, but now I leave my phone downstairs, and I think it helped me. But you know, still I go downstairs and check the phone, so I'm not at least like the time frame is a bit longer. But yeah, I think the phone before and as soon as you wake up, I think that's affects your awakeness.
Yeah, of course. Everything that's involved actually screens actually have some effects on your sleep. You know, like I think me and PP we used to be like software engineers and also that, and we're working with screen. You know, and we know that this can also damage our sleep pretty badly, you know. Like blue screens especially, they're the worst thing you can have before bedtime.
I remember back then, but there's thing you can do to remove the effect. I do some tricks like I do like this.
Okay.
And I put on my eyes like 5 minutes, and my eyes is super good.
Okay.
So after I sleep, that's what I did.
Damn.
Some told like your solution to that was like just to read a book, you know, like a normal book.
Yeah.
No screen. You know.
Oh yeah, and you often when I start reading a book, I don't know, it's like a sleeping pill, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I fall instantly out. But
what I love to do also is when I was a kid, you know, my father read me story, so I like to imagine stories before bed, like imagine places. I always sleep well, or imagine what my life would be in what I dream, you know, my dreams and all that.
Personally, you know, I just go to sleep, I put some music on, and you know, like 2 songs. Then I just think about my day, how my day was, how I could have maybe improved it a little bit, and then I just think about, you know, random stuff. Then I just fall asleep.
That's very good to like do a, how do we say in English? Resume, yeah, of your day.
Yeah, a summary of your day.
A summary, yeah, like a bilan.
A summary, a report, I guess, of your day.
A review, pretty much, of your day.
Yeah. Because it's like you can improve always you become more conscious of every action you takes, and of your mistakes or things like that.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Yeah.
That's what I do, and it works for me personally. You know?
Yeah.
Like next day I wake up, okay, today I'm not gonna do the same mistakes that I did yesterday. So you know, I got my goals on, I got everything put on, you know, at their place, and.
But you must be some days. Feel off or yes?
Yeah, of course, you know, like
how you deal with that?
Even yesterday I had an off day, you know. I went to sleep late, I woke up early in the morning because I had school, and you know, I just try, you know, it might seem like a joke, but I try not to talk with anybody, like apart from my family, because you know, I'm grumpy, and you know, I don't like to be disturbed, you know, in the process of waking up, you know, from a bad sleep night.
Yeah.
But you know, I put some music on. I just, you know, try to be in my own bubble. Then, you know, later I'm gonna wake up, put some food in, you know, some breakfast, and then I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and
sorry, I just wanted to say something. You know, just try to imagine like you're perfectly healthy, you know, and then one day you just woke up and you have his condition. How would you feel?
That's
pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I would like damn.
The amount of chance you're gonna have for that, exactly. Yeah. You won't be able to punch your bag anymore, you know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's why we need to have gratitude, but every day, you know, gratitude. But even like gratitude for everybody, like even if you have bad condition, it's very important just to remember that we have a lot of things.
That's something that I wanted to get in today, and it's how impressive it is, because you have this condition, which is, of course, you know, it makes your life harder, like you said, but you turned this flaw into into one of your pros, because you have your very successful channel, Instagram page, and that's very good. You turned your flaw into a strength, so that's very impressive. And you know, like PB said, you have to be grateful even if life is hard. So you have this condition, but you know, instead of just, you know, complaining and living a pitiful life, you're like
you are the living proof. You know, people say, but you are healthy. It's easy for you to say that, but nobody can say that.
No, I used to think like Marianne, because his actually his how do you call it, surgery consists of like putting like small
rods, needles,
titanium rods.
Yeah, titanium rods. Yep.
So I used to think he was like RoboCop before, you know. But
so like, you can call me RoboCop from now on.
RoboCop Wheelzfit.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a little question. When you go like in the airport through a metal detector, does it beep?
Yep. It beeps. You're not the first person to ask me that, and yes, it beeps. Yep. But you know, then we talk about it. I'm telling them, you know, I have some rods in, all that stuff, and they say, okay, we're just gonna check you up and you're good to go. But yeah, it beeps. Yes, it beeps.
Yeah, man, it's like Wolverine. Imagine that guy going through a metal detector.
I'm pretty much, like a mini Wolverine. In some way,
a mini beast.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's very impressive because you could have like complained and said like, you have an easy life, you're healthy, look at you. But no, you were like, man, that's the condition I have. Let's make the best out of it.
That's how I turn. That's pretty much my motto. Turning adversity into motivation. When I was a kid, I was not complaining, but I was crying about myself a lot. Because I couldn't do what everybody else was doing. But then, for example, I found out about swimming. Swimming, the non-contact sport that I can actually do that can help my condition. And every day I try to find the little things that I can do better than, everyone else that, that can boost my motivation and my confidence, and that's pretty much how I got here. I never gave up. I always used my past, and my past injuries and my past experiences as a fuel for my journey, to push through every like little adversity that might come in my way. That's how I pretty much did it. I never let adversity get to my mindset.
Do you have a model or inspiration people that you are inspired?
35.
Actually, no. I always say this. You're not the first person to ask me this, and I always give the same response on my own.
Not Naruto or Dragon Ball Z.
Well, on the side, yes, like a side motivation when I don't really feel like training and that, but for my entire life, I always saw myself as my biggest model and my biggest hero, and I always try to be better than I was yesterday, and be a better version than, for example, I was 2 years ago, or 1 year ago. Remembering how I was in a hospital bed, with a cast on, or with a broken arm or a new surgery, and I'm telling myself, I'm better than I was 2 years ago. Why shouldn't I just keep on going, keep on pushing, and inspire people?
Yeah, and let me just say that maybe you don't have models of inspirations, but you are model and inspiration for people. So congrats for that. But like you said, for that, I really like your mindset that why often when you have like a model or an inspiration or someone you follow,
you're trying to be
you're trying to be like them instead of being yourself. And I used to have that, and now, like you said, I used to be like a very big fan of my cousins. I love my cousins a lot, but I remember when I was young, they're maybe 6 years older than me, and they were very cool. Like every time we saw each other, they were doing cool pull-ups, they were dunking in basketball, they were doing backflips, they were walking on hands, they were doing really cool stuff. So I really wanted to be like them. They were very charismatic, they were funny, so I really wanted to be like them. But then, not that I don't admire them, they're very cool and I like them a lot. But I kind of followed my own path. So now when I talk with them, we have our own paths, but they're very successful. And I think what is important to have though is maybe not inspirations that you follow and want to be like them, but inspirations in the sense that let's say you want to start working out. So more resourceful people, so you start working out, and there are people that you follow their style to learn workouts or whatever, and then you do like them in the beginning, and then you do your own, and you take from that. For example, you do let's say cycling, there's a cycler you follow, you try to follow his technique. And then you, for example, for fighting, there's a fighter that you want to mimic, you take his style, then you mold it. So having resourceful people that you follow, I think that's important. But the overall character should be yours.
Yeah,
I think it's important to have a model as well, as you said, it's important to believe in yourself. That's the most important thing you can have when being when doing any sports, But as a child, you need a model to follow, as your parents, at the basis, you need something to follow something.
True. Yeah.
Especially if someone is in bad condition or feel desperate, if you have a model that he go through what I go through, and he did it, so why? It's like hope. So
If he did it, why can't I do it?
Yeah.
as well? Yep.
so that's why I was asking you, since I guess you were desperate at some point. So,
Well, yeah, maybe not just once, many times. Yeah,
so maybe like a model could have
could help. Yeah.
could.
Well,
Or maybe you are the model now, like AC said.
yeah. Well, I'm happy that I
Yeah.
can be a model, for everyone else. I did like I think it was like 6 months ago. I did like a motivational speaking. I had a motivational speaking opportunity, and there were like unemployed people that that were looking for like a light at the end of the tunnel, and I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy that I could have, I was that light at the end of
Yeah.
the tunnel for them. I was that spark of hope that they
Yes.
needed, to continue in life and to remain motivated, on their path to, to success,
Yeah.
maybe, or the path to just being the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very grateful to have a page, to have a following, to have people messaging me every day. You changed my life, you inspire me. I respond to all comments, I read all comments, I read all messages, and I'm very, very grateful for each and every one of my followers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. The motivation speaking to people that were down. That's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because like we said, you're a guy to do that. You have the resume for it, and man, that's crazy. And we're once again very happy to have you on here.
Happy to be here.
Warrior Talks. This is the place where you get motivation and fuel to work out and live a good life. Now, another thing that I want to talk with you is what's your favorite time to work out? Like morning, or later in the day, or when?
Late at night.
Yeah.
Because I'm more in my own head, in my own space. Like I said, whenever I go to to my swimming trainings, or whenever I train, I try to be as isolated as possible. Because I don't like to be disturbed from my craft, pretty much. I consider swimming and calisthenics, all that stuff, my craft. I like to be alone. I like to be in my own bubble, pretty much, and I like to be at night. When everybody's sleeping, or when you can't hear anything outside of the window. When everything is calm, I like to go in and just pour in all the rage from the day that I had, or all the pain, or all the sorrows, everything. Just pour it in that workout and make the best of it.
Yeah. So you get that zone in the night.
Yeah.
Cause me, I get more that zone in the morning, and I'm also more of a morning person myself.
Yeah.
But I think both of them work, so that's why I was asking.
It's a personal thing,
Yeah.
What works best for you, like training and food, like nutrition, all that stuff. You have to try it out first. It's life in general. It's trial and error.
Yeah.
It's never like you do it like this. You have to do like this. If you don't do like this, you won't succeed.
Yeah,
Your life won't be good. It's you learn from your mistakes and you go on.
Sorry.
Okay. It's funny that not many people train like in the afternoon. It's morning or
Well, usually in the afternoon you're doing something. Cause for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, you wake up and you have like a bit of time, and then during the day you're either at school, at work, or you're doing stuff, but in the afternoon. And when you get in the night, that's like when work is done, school is done, and you have time. And for me, like I used to, when I was working and going to school, I prefer to train in the night as well, because the morning I wasn't going to wake up earlier. Come on.
Yeah.
But I remember like a lot of times it was harder for me to train in the night, because I was tired after the day. There was like a mental fortitude necessary to go, an extra motivation.
Yeah, well, me, I'm training for my swimming practice. I'm training every Saturday at 5 a.m.
Ooh.
So it's kind of tough, to wake up, to get up from from that cozy bed that you just slept in, to that cold water in the swimming pool. Jesus, it's a mental thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I believe like maybe the morning is like the best to work out actually, because actually you push your body ahead of the limits you have, you know, because you usually wake up, your body is not like in the mood to like start a workout, you know.
It's not tired as well after the day.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but I believe like as usual day, you know, you wake up, you go take your breakfast, you know. It's a lazy kind of routine you have in the morning, you know. So if you just break up that routine and do something like a workout, something more intensive, I believe that pays out more in the end.
Yeah, it's like you wake up more because if you sometimes you wake up and you just feel like this, and if you stay in your house, you will stay like this all the day. But in the night you're gonna start to wake up, but it's too late. But yeah, so you need something like to break this, and if you start waking up,
You need that
in the morning-
boost, you know, that boost
Break
for
the
the
ice,
day.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I
Or-
take cold showers, by the way.
Yeah, cold showers.
Yeah.
So you think
Yeah. That's one of the things we
Yeah.
wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Because I start like we were doing like a lot of cold showers. Like one of the videos we made on our Instagram was us going in cold water. It was like the beginning of May, you know, like Berge 80.
Yep.
Yeah, we went there in a swimming suit and we just went in the water, and the water was like what, like 3 degrees, I believe.
Jeez.
It was pretty cold, and we trained a lot, and I trained for it and PB as well. And I remember like I went, and you know, I could take it, you know, but it wasn't easy. Then PB was just like there, sitting, enjoying. It was like
chilling.
it was like
training back there.
yeah, it was like
I'm
a spot.
from Quebec, so
yeah.
I have the genes.
You're used to cold. You're like a Nordic type of person.
Yes, the men of the north.
Yeah.
That's true, and
That's why I have the.
yeah, he wears the jacket, represent. But yeah, and cold showers, like not only it wakes you up, builds like not motivation, but I guess you need motivation to get there. But it also builds like you know, like strength, body strength. I feel like it makes you stronger as a person. And a thing that I noticed for me, and I think you too, P, because I remember having this talk with you. It makes your skin softer.
Oh yeah, never
No?
saw that. Well, in the same time, I never tried to see that or to analyze that, but maybe like if you say it, I trust it.
Cause I noticed it for myself, and didn't we talk about this a while back?
Don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe.
Because I
Did you say
remember.
Vikings has more soft skin than actually, I don't know, Brazilians or...
Yes. No, but
But my skin is like very dry if I use too much cold shower.
yeah, I guess it
It
depends.
happens, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
It's dry the skin because hot shower it like
Softens
Yeah,
the
softens.
skin.
yes
Yeah.
because not cold but hot shower they'd say like make you some people get older their wrinkles
Yeah.
things like that hot shower goes.
And my theory behind this, and it's not like something proven. It's just what you
believe in?
Yeah, my hypothesis. It's that when you go into cold, things tend to shrink, and your pores you will tend to close. So when your pores are closer to each other, the skin won't have like many like bumps and stuff, So, and when you go into hot showers, or in saunas, that's what fighters, a lot of them they do. They put like a lot of like clothing on them, hoodies, sauna
To
suits
lose weight.
and
To make the cut.
to make the weight cut. But what happens is that in that heat, the body really opens up and the pores open up, so the sweat can go. And when you do the cold shower, I think like the opposite effects happen.
Yeah, it's scary, man. I've seen some videos, people would just, UFC fighters trying to get the cut, and man, they just pass out in the showers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, Khabib had a fight, but not only Khabib, but that's the one that came to my mind. He had a fight like canceled because of that.
Oh.
He had a bad weight cut, and that happens to a lot of guys. And there's some guys like they walk around like at, let's say, 190, but their fighting weight is like 145.
No.
Conor McGregor, when he used to fight at featherweight, he was so skinny. Man, that guy.
Yeah, his face. Impresses me always. Always impresses me. You're looking like before and after photos like him at featherweight, just looking like like a normal
boned and skin.
Yeah, boned pretty much, like boned, and his skin is like really really tight on his cheeks and all that, and then he gains some weight and it's a complete different person. Weird.
If you look like at the Connor that fought like what's his name, Jose Aldo, and you look at Connor now, it's like not even
Now
the
he's
same
buff,
guy.
huh?
Yeah, now he's
buff.
buff. Yeah, so that's crazy, and yeah, so that's my theory on the cold shower skin condition.
Yeah, I believe it's also good for acne, taking cold showers, you know, because as you said, like when you take like hot showers, it opens up the pores.
It closes up.
No, when it's hot,
Oh, when it's hot, yeah,
it's
it
open up,
opens.
and actually like more microbes or other like I don't know other
Yeah.
particles might go in your skin and could cause acne because of that.
Personally, I take it just for for that boost for the day, because my philosophy on it is if I start the day with something that I don't like, the rest of the day is gonna be good. Like any problem that might come in my way, or it will be like a minor thing that I can just surpass. So.
Yeah, that's true. If you can do cold shower after, like nothing really.
Nothing touches you. Nothing touches your mindset, or
You become like adamant.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a pain taking cold showers in present, but after that you just like relief after taking it, It just feels so good after.
Yeah, but it's not really a pain. It's just not comfortable. It's just
Not
like
comfortable.
you're not. It's like you're not awake, so.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain.
Oh man, it's so brutal. Like
brutal, exactly.
I don't know if you guys did like cold bath as well, because I did both. And cold showers, it's more intense, more brutal, because the bath.
Because the kick, it's the kick in and then.
And especially like when you get water on the head, I think like it's so much impactful on the head than on the body.
That's how I start mine. I just put it right here and then boom, just like a quick kick in, then I'm good.
It's perfect because you're gonna procrastinate if you start by the feet.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the rest is easier. And you know how I do mine? I usually like I have like the thermostat that has the time on it.
Yeah.
So I wait for the next minute, because I usually do like 1 minute, 3 minutes, something like that. And I wait for the thermostat outside the shower that's coming cold, and then when the time's up, I feel like a trooper jumping out of the plane. Come, all right,
let's go.
I believe the only time I take like a cold bath was when I get baptized. That's it.
Man, no, but you should try cold showers, man. They're very satisfying. You take them?
I tried cold showers, but never cold bath before. So
cold bath, it's longer. You need to wait for the bath to fill up.
It's
you need to have time for that. But cold shower, just put cold.
I suggest start small, because too much cold you're gonna feel
maybe gradual. Would you say maybe something like gradual? No, you become hot, but like.
So I would say if you are, I don't know how you're used to the cold, but you can try very easy. It's hot at the beginning and just at the end, like 15-second cold.
Yeah. Okay.
And prolong slowly, and if you feel like it just cold, like
max out.
And also, what you guys know, Wim Hof? He's the Iceman.
Oh yeah.
He's a guy that like
saw his videos.
Yeah, he's a guy that like went on Mount Everest in like a pair of shorts.
Jesus Christ.
He like regularly takes bath in the Arctic, and what he said is for building. He said a lot of things, but one of the things he said is that to build the spike proteins, the heat shock proteins that come, spike proteins, something else, the heat shock proteins that come with the cold and hot water. You start a hot shower. So I don't know. I don't wash myself with cold water. I just prefer doing the hot. So I do my hot shower, and then I put the cold. And to get like the most heat shock proteins, the heat shock needs to be more intense. So you could do like pretty hot, like very hot, and then very cold. And it doesn't have to be very long, but doing that is gonna help you out good. Well.
So you change the.
Yeah, the temperature.
Okay. That's why maybe athletes does that. Like
they do
hot
like
and after cold.
Yeah, like hot sauna, then cold bath. Or ice bath, stuff like that. Yeah, it builds a lot of heat shock protein, and apparently it helps a lot with the circulation of the blood. And the heart.
Okay.
Because it's pretty. Because when you take like cold showers, especially like cold baths, I think sometimes you're like out of breath.
Yeah.
And there's like breathing techniques you could do. Wim Hof talks a lot about them.
Breathing technique like change. You can more enjoy your cold bath if you
Yeah,
breathe well.
breathe properly. So you
Yeah.
know you breathe well and all, and you're I don't know apparently help with heart rate as well. So
Yeah.
cold baths and cold showers.
Would you
A1.
guys say it's also like a mind game sometimes, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course. If you're like
Every time.
like this, you're gonna breathe
Yeah.
like this.
exactly.
But if you control with
You try
your
to
mind,
calm yourself.
yeah, you try to calm. You just okay. I don't know how this makes.
Mind to muscle a bit like we
Yeah,
talked earlier.
exactly. You just become more not compulsive, like you,
Yeah, relaxed.
and like this, your body will adapt so better, and I think you're gonna. This is my theory. You're gonna be sick less. Like,
Second less.
Well, for me,
Yeah, that's it.
for me,
Yeah, it has been proven.
It works. Yeah, for me it works. Like I haven't been sick in like more than 1 year, maybe 6 months. Maybe I'm you know
Capping.
maybe I'm capping a little bit, but yeah, but more than 6 months for sure. You know, just taking cold showers every morning when I wake up.
Oh yeah.
And it works. You know, I'm
Mhm.
more stronger. I feel more energized for the day, and yeah.
okay.
It's probably not the only thing, but it's definitely a key part
Of course.
your health, because that's what like Wim Hof said a lot. I don't know if you heard about it, but one time he said that cold training in general helped him a lot with his immune system, and he got injected a coli bacteria as a test, and coli bacteria like killed people in the past, you know, and it made people feel very sick, and he was like all good. So the testers, the scientists, they were like, maybe it's just you, right? So
Yeah.
he took 5 guys, and not the burger place. He took 5 guys, and he trained them the way he trained him, and they did the test, and they were all good as well. I think that was the story. I'm not
Yeah,
100%
yeah,
sure, but it was
mm.
something like that. And cold showers, and for sure it helps. Cold, like for example, like what I used to do as well is running outside with like just
Shirtless
a yeah, shirtless, but not like wintertime and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as good because it's
much,
very irritating to the skin, like the wind. There's like dust and stuff like that. It's very irritating to the skin. So I think like for sure it has like benefits, but I think like the cons are pretty big as well. So that's why like cold shower or cold bath.
But you must to be used to also like it's
Yeah.
we are very cold like place, and if you're not used, of course it's not good.
Yeah, especially like today there was so much wind and snow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like crazy today.
it just snow like right now. In like 2 days ago, it was all clear, it was all good, and now
Yeah, it was like
you know,
spring.
the changes of temperature are pretty
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
out
yeah.
there.
Hoping
Yeah.
it lasts not for this year. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, and now another thing. Let's get into more of the social media talk, because like we said, you have a pretty big Instagram platform, and how often do you post?
I post every day.
Every day?
You know, I force myself to post every day. It's a discipline thing. You know, post a motivational quote in the morning and post like a workout or like a transformation pic, or like something, a video or anything that would show my progress, for example, or anything in the night. And in the beginning it's very hard, to have that discipline to post at the perfect hour each day, each day, like every day of the week, even if you're tired, even if you don't feel good, even if you're, I don't know, maybe you didn't sleep well, for example, or many things can come in the game and in the play. But yeah, just to have that discipline and that push to post or to work out, or it's not just about posting, it's about, for example, working out or doing what you have to do, even if you don't like it or even if you don't feel like it. And it takes time to build that up.
And for having like the many followers you have, what like trick, maybe not trick, but what like worked the best? Like, was it like hashtags you post, or a type of content, a video, or I know like there's people that they follow a lot of people at the beginning, and then once like they get certain following, they unfollow those people. So what did you do to get there?
For me, in the beginning, you need to do follow for follow. It's like a mandatory thing, just
Okay.
because you know, when you create an Instagram account, no one really knows who you are or if you even exist.
Yeah.
So you need, you know, to build that following. You know, follow the people, you know, that like the same type of content that you're making. So start with that. You know, follow then unfollow them. You know, post every day. You know, the follow method will always work. You know, will always have its place in the Instagram game or social media game. But yeah, post every day. You know, if you're doing workouts, post at least twice a day or maybe 3 times if you can. You know, always come up with new ideas. Always come up with something new that, you know, people didn't see. Use hashtags. You know, I watched like tons of YouTube videos on hashtag strategies or how to grow your Instagram and all that stuff. And you know, in the beginning it's hard because you might not see the results that you want. You know, you might post like 3 times a day and you still have like 10 followers after the first week. But you must be consistent, because if you really believe that your content is good, or if you believe that, you know, your Instagram account will blow up someday, then, you know, you have to keep on going. You have to keep on posting, keep on following, keep on, you know, putting hashtags, and document yourself as much as you can, because, you know, there's so much information on YouTube or on Google. So it's free.
And document yourself. I think it's a good thing, because you can also see where you're at, but people can follow your progress and be inspired by it.
Exactly. You know, now I don't really watch that many videos anymore, because I with the experience I have, I created my page in 2020, maybe in November 2020, so it's been like almost 2 years now. But you know, you learn from mistakes, and you learn from other people's mistakes, and that's how I did it.
Because one of the things that we do now is a lot more reels with
I forgot
with the hashtags. And what do I want to say? Hold on, because you mentioned something for me. What I want to, do you have like any partnerships, like people that you maybe not like work with, but people that they post you post them, and you...
In the beginning, the beginning I had like 3-4 guys, you know, with the same kind of following like me, or maybe more, that, you know, I just messaged them, you know, as a friend, you know, because that's the secret to this social media game. You know, you have, if you're posting, for example, your face, or, you know, if you're like an influencer, you have to be as relatable to other people as possible. You have to be, you know, like their friend. You have to become friends with them. You have to, you know, to know more about their life, and you have to give a little bit about your life as well. You know, not everything, because, you know, you have to have your privacy at the end of the day. But still, you have to give at least a bit, you know, what you like to do in your free time, you know, your philosophy on training, for example, or what you eat. You know, people ask me, what do I eat? How do I train? No. What do I do in my free time? You know, do I want to play some games with them? Yeah, I played, you know, video games with many of them, you know, and that's how I created...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I created this, I call it social network. You know, that's how I created this network, and that's how... even if I got injured like 6 months ago and I couldn't post for more than like 2-3 months, my followers were still there. You know, my followers are still here to this day. They were always there for me as a person, not for what I posted. You know, and that's why I'm very grateful for my page and for my followers.
Yeah, and you know what you're doing is very unique. There are not a lot of guys doing the type of training that you do. Because you know, when I watch like exercises you do, they're very you're very unique, and you know, I remember the one you did that was pretty cool. It was like Russian twist, but you take the weight, you get it behind.
With a tennis ball, actually.
Tennis ball,
Tennis ball passes,
it was something green.
Very, very unique.
It's functional.
It's very good.
I like functional.
And very functional. It works your obliques, your abs, your core. It works very well, and I highly recommend it.
So speaking of that, what are your goals? What you see, like you do calisthenics? Do you want to do on pull-ups, or do you want like I also
skill?
Yeah, I also see you're very good at V-sit.
V-sit, they call me the king of V-sits. You know, I'm not there yet, but still I'm working to be the king of V-sits.
The prince for now.
The prince, just the prince right now, but yeah.
And like, what are your Like your
My goals.
Yeah, well, how you see yourself.
Well, like a skill for me, it will be like clapping handstand push-ups. I don't know if you know what's how it looks, but it's it's tough. It's very impressive and
Do
it's
you
tough.
do handstand push-up?
For now, I can't because of my arm, but I used to do. I used to do them before my injuries, but now I have to take it slow. Take it to the basics, push-ups, pseudo push-ups, planche training, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my kind of like goal for now, and even before I got injured, that was my goal: clapping handstand push-ups.
Okay.
Or like for me, it was like.
So full calisthenics. No weight. You're not very.
I don't really. I don't.
But
really
because
have-
also your condition, I guess.
But in the
no?
same time, I'm not really attracted to weightlifting as I am to calisthenics. Calisthenics.
Okay.
When I train calisthenics, I really feel like I'm using my whole body. I like to use my whole body in my trainings.
Okay.
I never had like a weight
Dream.
goals
Okay.
or dreams. Yeah, I never really had them.
Okay.
But I highly recommend
So-
you mix weights and calisthenics because why not? It's a unique way of training and it works multiple ways. How are you going to train, for example, your lower back with calisthenics? You can put like
Supermans
you
and
can
stuff like
put
that.
Supermans and all that stuff, but you need like a base strength for that. I still maybe I'm not at that level yet. I can't really do them now, but that's why deadlifts are.
Yeah, and the thing with the weights, like not necessarily like going to the gym and curling iron or whatever, just like a weight vest or stuff like that. It helps you develop a lot of bone density as well, since you put extra load on your bones and body. But like you said, the clapping handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I ask you something, Marianne, please?
Yeah.
Of course. So would you say your exercises are more like motivational, or actually you want to show something that people can do? Show like a routine, like.
Depends. Well, I do both. I try to do both. Sometimes I do videos, for example, for beginners. Like let's say 3 exercises that beginners can do to get to calisthenics. Then maybe the next day I'll post like one of my exercises that I'm working towards. Like for example the handstand clapping push-ups. Like I try to mix it. I try to relate to all the parties, to all my followers, beginners, intermediate, and even the best, even better than me. I try to relate to all of them, and I try to interact with them as well. Maybe ask them what type of videos you want to see, like what you're trying to learn, or that's what I said. How to grow your Instagram. Communication is key.
Yeah, you want to show like you're I don't know, a human.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Well,
a human.
people
like
have to be attracted to you.
like
You should start doing
To the
some polls.
person.
You start doing some polls, like asking like which like type of exercise you want. The guys to see,
exactly. Like I'm trying to relate to everybody as much as possible, even if in theory I'm not really as normal as everybody else.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to push for that normality that maybe I don't have it right now, but maybe one day I'll have it.
And for you, like you said, you like to interact as well with your followers. And do you see yourself becoming some influencer for yourself? So what I mean is, for example, me and PB, we're doing Warrior Spirit, and I'm AC from Warrior Spirit, and that's it. For my I guess online persona. I guess with the podcast it changes a little bit, but
Because
in
it's more
general,
personal.
yeah. But in general, I don't really like talk a lot about me. I'm just doing like Warrior Spirit. Same for PB. I mean, we're not even like using our real names, right? So we're keeping this more like low key. Do you see yourself doing more personal stuff in a way online, or you want to keep it like workouts and fitness and let's go like this?
Well, depends. Like I'm trying to be as big as possible. And I like to interact with everybody. Like I like to be as relatable as possible, but in the same time, I like my privacy as well. But I try to kind of do both. I try to find that sweet spot, you know, in the middle,
Yeah.
and please all the crowds, but please myself. First things first, I gotta please myself, you know. But yeah.
Because I guess because you know, guys, we're more than happy to have a conversation with you, and we answer comments as well, and we're gonna talk about something that we will start soon, at the end of the video. But you know, for example, like you take Logan Paul or Jake Paul or guys like that, like TikTokers, they're known for being themselves, right? They're not known for like, oh, okay,
What
you
they
know,
do.
for example, like Conor McGregor, UFC fighter, Floyd Mayweather, boxer, Michael Jordan, basketball player, you know, so
They're known for their
craft.
Yeah.
So you know, guys like I don't know, like Logan Paul. Oh, okay, he's a YouTube star. He did this, he did that. You saw him in his vlogs. You know his life, and that's something that I don't really see myself doing. And PB, I think is the same for you.
No.
And that's what I was wondering for you. Do you want to still like keep your niche and well maybe expand as well, but keep yourself more okay, I'm Marianne from Wheelzfit doing workouts.
I'm trying to expand for sure because
Okay.
you know at some point, like the way the way the world works, you know, we're always in a constant development and evolution, and I'm trying to develop and make an evolution for myself and for my page and all that stuff in the same time as how the times advance. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot, like I said, and yeah, I want to get big. Like I want to make this my living, motivational speaking or my page and all of this stuff. Like I like doing this. I really like doing this. And if I didn't like it, why would I post, or why would I train every day until full exhaustion, or until pain arrives or all that stuff. Like I'm only doing this because I really love this thing and I really want to succeed with this thing. Because that's my passion, it's one of my few passions: swimming, calisthenics, and posting videos on my page.
Yeah, that's great, man. Living your dream. That's what we all dream for, and same as me and PB. That's why we started this. And I think that if you didn't like it, what you're doing, because there are a lot of people that start online pages about stuff that they don't really like, but it's popular. And the same for there are a lot of people that start like a e-commerce dropshipping business, and it's like beauty products or stuff like that. A lot of beauty products for
not
women.
Really something that interests them.
Yeah, they start like brands with products that they don't really care about, but it's very profitable. And if you wouldn't have done what you love, then you would have done something that is very trendy. You wouldn't have that success. And I guess it's the same for me and PB as well with Warrior Spirit. Because now we're still starting, we're still at the beginning, but we post not because we feel forced to, but because we enjoy it.
Yeah, of course, there's one point to make here, like without passion there is no success, exactly.
Yeah,
Facts.
wise words, Poda.
But it would come naturally. You will be bored and stop anyway, so you need passion.
Yeah, that's an
It
important drive.
won't be for long. Like you won't be consistent. For example, 1 year or 2 years, because success and this kind of blow up thing, blowing up on Instagram or that stuff, maybe some people will blow up, like let's say they post 3 days in a row and then they blow up. 9 times out of 10 it won't be for long. It won't be for a extended period of time. I want to be that consistent page, that consistent person that posts and that will be known throughout the years, not just for 1 year, not just for that one post or just that one time. I want to be known for the whole period that I do this, and for maybe for my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get big, so why not?
Yeah, and you definitely have like a story to tell for the motivation. You have been through a lot, and you're still, like I said,
I'm still here.
turning your flaw into a strength.
Still kicking ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Still going in.
And another thing I wanted to ask you, I saw recently like you did a TikTok as well, and you like see yourself doing like a YouTube channel for like more in-depth training tutorials, or?
Yeah. Well, for now, it's not in my goals for this year at least, because I have school and all that stuff, and it takes time to edit the videos and actually put the effort in. So I rather take the time off and focus on on my Instagram and blow it up, and then I'll make a YouTube. The more I learn about editing videos, because I'm trying to be as self-made as possible. I don't wanna feel like somebody else
Relying on someone.
yeah, relying on somebody or somebody else, my success being on somebody else work. I'm trying to get successful in my own way and trying to get successful off my work, off my grind, pretty much, off my consistency and off my hard work.
Yeah, and by the way, we're the same. And also, do you for the editing of videos, do you have Windows or Mac?
Windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for Windows, because for what I use personally, I use Mac for editing videos, and
It's easier.
yeah, Final Cut Pro, iMovies, it's really good. But Pinnacle, it's very good as well.
Mac, I think is the best for editing.
Yeah, usually for more like creative stuff, creative type people, they will have more Mac.
Yeah.
And but yeah, no, Windows, it's the best as well.
I'm still playing video games, so I need that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
One of my passions, I forgot to say.
Video games.
If it wasn't too out there already, I play video games quite a lot when I have the time.
Oh yeah, and speaking of video games, this is another thing that, like I said earlier, we have an announcement to make as well. But do you consider making a Twitch?
I actually, like when I was a little kid, I was playing Minecraft and all that stuff. I was doing videos on YouTube, and my dream back then was to become like a popular streamer and all that stuff. Make my living off just playing video games, and it never went out. Like I still have that that thought about it in the back of my mind, but for now I'm gonna keep doing Instagram, and who knows, you never know what the future holds. So I will never stop considering that an option.
Yeah, because that's something that we want to start doing, like maybe from time to time, because I feel like Twitch is the best way to get closer with your followers and with the people that like your stuff. And you could do like Q&As, you could do like gaming. We like Super Smash Bros. So it's a very fun game. So we could do games of that. We can do Q&As. So we already have started the Twitch account. So I mean, if you guys have any suggestions and stuff you want to see, let us know down below. We will cover it up. We will cover it. And that's what I was asking, because gaming and you can play video games and not have only that as your niche.
Yeah, listen, this is how you achieve success. Yes, you have to focus on a niche for in the beginning, but then you have to expand. You have to evolve. Like I said, evolve with how the times evolve. Evolve with the time, pretty much. Because if you just do that one thing over and over again, the people that are watching you will maybe get bored of it.
Yeah.
Like. They'll see your video, for example, and they say, "Oh, not this again!" Like, not the same. For me, like, it's gonna be like, "Oh, not the V-sit again!" Like, come on, not the same V-sit progression or whatever. Like, you always have to find something new, or to create something new, or try things that people never saw.
Yeah, that's and like the fitness journey, fitness world, it's very big. So it's hard to run out of material.
Yeah.
There's only if you only do push-ups. Or I remember there was this channel, I think they're still around, the Bar Brothers, and they were basically doing only bar stuff, right, in the beginning, and there were so many exercises they had. And it was just with a bar, so the fitness world is huge, so you won't run out of material.
Yeah, you have to be creative.
Yeah.
Especially in the fitness world, because there's so many people that are actually doing this. Like, how you can just go on Instagram Explore page and how many people bench, or how many people just do a curl or something like that. People want to see something new. People want to see something exciting. Something
being good is not enough.
Yeah, you have to be. That's why for the fitness industry, pretty much, even if you're good at doing an exercise or you're impressive with doing something, I don't know, in calisthenics for example, you have to have that charisma.
Yeah,
you know?
the vibe, like
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
have like a vibe of
yeah.
to people to relate to you, or like a fun vibe, or something that that kind
So
of.
there is people like very very good, like they do planche with one finger.
Yeah, 2 fingers or 1
Yeah,
finger.
well,
action.
2 finger.
Yeah.
Whoa,
But
what?
I don't want to see them. I don't know. They're
They
just
don't know how to say.
Because you're there for their craft and not for them, and that's why
But there is some people like it's more simple those stuff, but I enjoy more those stuff.
yeah, because they're more charismatic, or
Yeah.
you vibe more with them than.
But also I think it's also because you can relate more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, watching guys like doing, like you said, like a planche with the 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's cool to see, but it's not like I will do it. you
Yeah.
know? And also, what I think that
You never say never.
fair enough,
You
good
know,
point.
I said I said it many times. I'll never do this, and like 6 months later I did it. So never say never.
Fair enough, point taken. But what I mean, also what I think that helps a lot is the editing, the music, the way that it was shot.
Yeah, because it has to have an impact on the person. It has to spark something in the person.
it could be like very cool, like I don't know, like burpees or whatever. It could look so cool. And the other video of a guy doing like we talked about before, handstand push-up claps.
Yeah.
And like if he's like too much on the left on the camera, he's not straight, and the sound you hear like birds or whatever, it might be like less impactful. So.
You have to be professional. Like
yeah.
you want to make it, then you have to be professional. For me, when I started my Instagram, my camera quality, my sound was all off. But it was something. It was the beginning. Like everybody starts somewhere, so it's not that like it's not the end of the world if like your first videos are like trash or something. It's everybody starts somewhere, but then you have to progress, not just with your training or with what you do, but
it comes naturally also.
yeah, exactly.
And you figure out your style while doing videos.
Try and error. Like I said, it's all you learn from mistakes.
Yeah. And another thing that I wanted to talk about the swimming. So how does it work? Like, do you do like a particular style, like crawl or butterflies, or are you what are you competing in?
Well,
Exactly.
I'm competing in crawl and fly because these are my best strokes, since they focus more on the upper body. Since my legs are still pretty weak, at least weaker than my upper body, of course. But I do all styles. In training I train all styles because it's good to have a base for every style ever. But I try to focus more on the things that I'm good at, crawl and fly, and I won some medals actually with crawl and fly at some national international competitions.
Gold medal?
Yeah, one gold medal, 2 silver, and 1 bronze.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
All the medal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was tough. It was tough. It's
For sure.
it's training 6 days a week, like every day 2 hours. It's tough.
6 days.
6 days a week.
6 days. Okay.
Yeah, 6 days. I take Sunday off. Like everybody takes Sundays off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta go to the church, and we have to chill with the family and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But 6 days a week, 2 hours, constant pressure, because we don't take rests. Like we don't take rests for like 1 minute or 2 minutes between the swimming sets.
Yeah.
We just continue on swimming until the end of the session.
I believe that swimming is also like one sport like that works all of the muscle of your body.
Yeah, it
If
works
I'm wrong, it's like-
everything. No, you're completely right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's one of the sports. Like, it's most complete sport you can do out there. It's swimming actually.
Even the legs, because when I swim, I don't feel a lot the legs. I don't know if it's normal.
For well, maybe you have to put some you know the pads on your
Yeah.
legs. Yeah,
But I don't feel muscular leg. Like I feel on my arms,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not my legs.
yeah. Well, I can give you a training after this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I can help you with that. No, I'll make your legs burn in like 30 minutes. Yeah, don't even-
But do you agree that it's a bit more upper body?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course,
okay.
it's a bit more upper body. Of course, if you focus more on that, like for me, I only like 9 times out of 10 I'll swim more with my upper body
Yeah,
than my
okay,
legs.
okay. Yeah.
Not just because I'm stronger on my upper side, but just because legs are a little bit underused
For swimming, yeah.
in swimming, just a little bit, but
Okay,
they're
okay.
still
They're
used.
still okay.
Yeah, if you train the correct way, you will feel the burn. Like
Okay, okay.
today, I had like a kick day. Yeah, I felt that burn.
Okay.
I felt that burn in my legs really well.
Yeah, because like Poda said, it's very. Yeah, it's one of the most. It's the most complete sport out there, I think.
Underrated, by the way. Very underrated.
Underrated, yeah. That one in water polo.
Yeah.
You see, like swimmers, they have like good bodies, you know.
Yeah,
and,
they cut. They were cut.
yeah, and some other sports that I think that can maybe not at the same level, but very close. Gymnastics and martial arts.
Yeah.
I think they're very complete as well.
That's why I'm very attracted to calisthenics and gymnastics.
Yeah.
That's why my goal is to to be pretty much like a gymnast and swimmer.
Yeah.
Like focus on the swimming, like competitive swimming, but gymnastic just do it on the side, not just not competitive gymnast, but just be good on the rings, get that big gymnast biceps from the rings, like that's one of my goals actually. Like I want to elevate my training to only rings or only gymnastic stuff, because the results are on Google image. You can just Google any gymnast and you can see how how cut they are or how big they are, and I wanna be like the most aesthetic competitive swimmer ever.
Yeah.
And that's one of my goals.
Let's go.
Actually, like one of my goals that I recently adopted.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I adopted
Because
like 2
you
weeks
take
ago.
a bit weight.
Yeah, but no, because my coach actually, I didn't see him in like 2 years because I stopped training with all my injuries and COVID and all that stuff, and he didn't see me since 2 years. And when he saw me like last week was the first time I was coming back to swimming, and when he saw me, he was like, whoa, when did you get this buff? Like, I have never seen you this muscled. And that sparked like an idea in my mind, like,
okay.
why shouldn't I be the most aesthetic professional swimmer ever?
Okay. So bodybuilder and other.
Gymnast, swimmer,
Okay.
and bodybuilder.
Well, it's all
Yeah.
connected, so it's possible.
Well, yeah, and like for example, if you do like cycling, you learn how to master the bicycle, right? And when you do like gymnastics, swimming, and martial arts too, you learn how to master your body. So that's why you put like a gymnast.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, exactly. And you put like, for example, a gymnast, you put him in basketball. He will have a superior edge to a guy that is starting without a gymnastic background, because the gymnast knows how to control his body very well. And that's the same for swimming, and that I think it has a factor in your growth in calisthenics, because it was pretty quick.
People actually ask me, like, how do you have such a insane core strength, or like how are your abs like that strong or that ripped, like, and I always say, I'm a swimmer at the end of the day. Swimming works your core, bro. It works your core like hell, man. Like every training, at the end of the training, you're gonna want more air in your lungs. Like, you're gonna be done. Like, that's why I have such a good core, and that's my base for calisthenics. That's how I started calisthenics. I didn't start like out of nowhere. Just started doing push-ups and pull-ups or squats in my room. I had like a swimming background. Like, I had that training that helped me.
Calisthenics. I just have like. Did you start calisthenics because when you were swimming you were doing like some abs work for getting better?
No, I actually started calisthenics because swimming. Yes, it will build you lean muscle. Like, it will build you some muscle, but it won't really help. At least for me, it won't really help my bones, you know, like
Oh, so you do calisthenics for your bones?
yeah, I do calisthenics
okay.
more just to get that muscle around my bones, so it you know it reduces the risk of
Okay.
fracturing it. You
Okay,
know?
so it helps a little bit at least.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you know,
Actually, a lot. Okay.
yeah, it helps. It
Okay,
helps
okay.
actually a lot. That's why my physiotherapist always told me, you know, you have to not get in the gym, you know, because people with my problem are more severe than I am right now. They say, you know, you have to do some type of training, some type of exercise, just as minimal as possible, you know, even if it's just a little bit, you know, like some leg raises or I don't know, like some you're lifting like 5 pounds
Yeah.
dumbbells or something, you know, even that helps just to grow that muscle around the bone so it's
Yeah.
more protected. You
Yeah,
know?
that's
Swimming, I do it, you know, because it keeps me lean, it keeps me, you know, it keeps me sane with my mind. You know, now I just came from my swimming practice and now I'm just, you know, zen mode.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, good.
Do you impress doctor? Doctor are they impressed?
Yeah. Well, actually, my doctors told me once I'm never gonna be able to walk again, or you know, like 3 months ago when I saw my doctor after my leg fractures, I was already walking. You know, like he was impressed. He was like, "What? You're walking already? Like it's been like 3 months. Well, what are you doing? How are you doing this?" And I said, "You know, it's my mindset. You know, it's my grind. Like I can't see myself in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. You know, I gotta put in that work. I wanna walk. I wanna be a normal person."
I believe that's why also you came to Canada, right? Just have that surgery that actually helped you walking, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
before you were stuck in a chair or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah, that's how my page name came. You know,
Wheelzfit,
Wheelzfit.
yeah.
You know, wheels from the wheelchair. That's how everybody in my school called me. So that's the name for my page right now.
No, it's a pretty catchy name. I gotta
Yeah,
say.
it's
Wheelzfit, yeah.
yeah, it's a new name. Like who uses this name? You know?
Right.
Rolls the tongue well.
Yeah.
And another thing that I want to ask you, because you know, I used to do judo competitively before the pandemic, and it's always like I always had like this stress and competition, you know, and
It's normal.
Yeah.
I have it too.
for sure. And for me, it's more before the fight.
Yeah.
Than during the fight. During the fight, it all goes away from me. But before, oh man, it's so hard. And I
It
really
used
want
to be. Yeah, it used to be for me as well, actually.
because I wonder like how do you feel the stress of competition and how do you deal with it?
Well, you know, when I started doing competitions for swimming, I was scared, bro. I was scared. I can't even front. I was scared as hell. Like, you know, I was shaking. I was thinking, oh my god, you know, all these people looking at me. Like, what happens if I don't know, if I catch some water in my mouth and you know I start coughing, all that stuff. You know, like I lose my race because of it. And you know, in the beginning it was hard. Like I was stressed, but then the more I did it, the more I trained and the more I went to competitions, the better I felt and the more confident in myself I felt. So, you know, repetition is pretty much what got me, you know, just calm before every race, pretty much, or every major thing in my life. You know, I just try to be as calm as possible because I'm trying to be as rational as possible. You know, just think about what matters, focus on what I have to focus, and you know the rest it will fall in place by itself.
Oh, good. Because that's a thing that I noticed too. Like when you have a lot of competitions, at some point it becomes normal. But
Yeah.
you know, like GSP once said in a podcast that the stress will always be there,
Yeah.
but you learn how to deal with it.
You learn how to
Yeah.
just compress it, you know, so you can focus on what you have to do.
Because I think like stress is actually important to have, because if you're not stressed at all, you won't be as aware of the situation. So when you like, for example, for me, when you fight, you might get caught off guard on a technique that if you had like that stress and awareness, you would have seen. But you know, you're so like, because I had that one in one fight. I remember like, because usually in judo competitions at my level, you do like around like 5 fights or something like that in one day, you know. So I remember like I had like this tough fight before, and it was pretty tough, but I won. And then when I got to the next one, I was pretty like chilled out.
Yeah, I won this one, so
And yeah, and the guy caught me with something so simple, and he pinned me down and I couldn't get up, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I went into relaxed. So I think like having stress,
Yeah, it's good. It's very
it's
good.
good. Like that adrenaline in you, it's very important, and it makes you perform.
For me, actually, whenever I compete in anything, but especially in swimming, you know, when I see somebody that's actually good and that's maybe above my level or maybe at the same level, you know, it gets my blood boiling, man. Like, you know, it gets that rush, that blood rush in me, and it just makes me excited, and I just want to just get in, you know, I just want to get in the pool and swim and just see if I can beat him, or, you know, if we're equal, or, yeah, I really love it.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good for someone who competes, because that way you want to compete more and you perform better.
Exactly, yeah.
Just want to add something here, you know, Adi, you said, AC, you said something about stress, you know. I believe we all have that reading at school, like about bad stress and good stress, you know. And as you mentioned, positive stress, as you mentioned, it is like when you're aware of things, you know. And it's a primitive instinct that actually helped primitive people before, like escape like dangerous situation, like I don't know, like they was chased by the tiger, something like that. It was a positive stress that actually helped them enhance their capabilities, you know. And then I guess there's also the negative stress, which is also due maybe to, I don't know, some people maybe had it because of social interaction or something, I don't know, something else, you know, that can actually trigger this negative stress, you know.
See, psychological.
Psychological, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Psychological barrier.
The other is like more physical, or I don't know how to say. It's like two different stress.
Yeah. For me, for example, it's more like a physical, because that mindset, you know, I got my mindset right, you know, I got it on point, you know, nothing really can touch my mindset, and if nothing can touch your mindset, you're pretty much invincible in my opinion. Because if your body is strong but your mental is weak, it won't last, like you won't go far going on like that, you know. That's why the base of not just success but just the base of life, pretty much, you have to build your mindset to be as strong as possible and to be as, you know, as resistant to anything, any adversity or any like bad thing that might come in your way.
Yeah, and most often than not, I think it's always the case, like the mind dictates the body. So if you, like I said, you have like a good body but you don't have the good mindset, well, you know, you won't go far. Yeah. But you know, like you, where the body isn't as good but the mindset is strong and your mental fortitude is big, you can build yourself
you can move
into
mountains,
a champion.
you can achieve everything.
More than people that have a very good genetic potential.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So guys, we're 1 hour 30 in. So yeah, it was the time passes like this, right?
Pretty fast, yeah.
It's crazy. So guys, we hope you liked the podcast. Anything you want to add?
You know, just follow Wheelzfit, follow Wheelzfit on Instagram. You know, I hope you guys can keep on supporting us, and you know, maybe maybe we can have more podcasts. You know, I mean, maybe we'll collab project.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because you know, we're not only like online friends.
Yeah.
First to get clapping push-up.
Yeah. A little competition. Let's go. My blood is already boiling. Let's go.
Yeah, Warrior Spirit, Wheelzfit. Let's see who wins.
Let's go.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed. As always, if there's anything you want to see in next podcast, of course we will have Wheelzfit and Poda as well in the future podcasts. And for Wheelzfit's Instagram, it will be down in the comments and the description, as well as the Warrior Spirit store, the Warrior Spirit Instagram. As always, everything will be there. And Poda, do you want a shout out of your Instagram as well?
Shout out to you guys for inviting me. It was really appreciated. It was my first time experience doing such kind of things, you know, and I really enjoyed, and hope I can actually maybe come invited to other ones. I'll be glad to accept it, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Always good vibe.
Yeah, and you know what helps a lot. What helped a lot these conversations that we're actually friends. We're not only like online. We're not only like online friends. So that's what made this conversation very good. So guys, thank you for being here. It was a pleasure. It was an honor. This was the first of many episodes we will have. And on that note, guys, unleash your inner warrior. AC out.
BB
out. For that out.